You know what that music means. TNT time. And my T is not here with me. T, I miss having you here in studio with me, but I'll take what I can get. We're trying to be safe, right? You're not beside me. I'm in the beauty room, but you're not beside me. It just feels so weird. So, I know. Today's chat topic was sparked by a post the actress Jameela Jamil shared, and it read, "Can't stop thinking about how women are ridiculed for enjoying romance novels and movies where actual good things happen to women, and are told that they should enjoy other genres where women are often not mentioned or maybe even killed to serve as a plot device for the male lead." And now I can't stop thinking about how true that is. To be honest with you, T, I had never put two and two together, but I am a big fan of romance, particularly starting in 2020, when the whole world turned into a dumpster fire. And I was just like, I need some happy endings happening in my life. I need to see love. I need to see joy. There was so much trauma everywhere. And so I really started tucking into books that were romance novels, movies that I've always loved. I've always been a big fan of rom-coms, and I know that you love the Hallmark movies as well, and all of the very good love movies that City TV plays. Like, we're into all of that cheesy stuff. But I'll tell you, I never made the connection of women in these novels are often living their best lives. They're often thriving. And I don't necessarily care for this idea that you have to find your partner in order to have a good life. Like, some people want that, some people don't. But it was more about the joy of it all. So when you saw this quote from Jameela Jamil, what did you think, T? Do you agree? Do you disagree? How do you feel about it?
Well, I understand the criticism. I don't necessarily agree with it, but I understand the criticism. Like, I understand why people think it could be dangerous for women to read these kinds of things, because at the end of the day, a lot of the times the way the story ends all the time so perfectly, it's not really that realistic, and we don't fall in love with this like real and this fantasy type of way. It's a little bit more organic as opposed to, in like you said, I like the Hallmark movies. The way it always happens, it's kind of like the same way over and over, and it doesn't really happen that way. So I think that's why people are like, ooh, this is dangerous to have that fairy tale. And quite often, like you said, the women kind of have everything, but they don't. The whole point, the message, and I understand people's criticism of it, the message is they have this career, they have everything, but they're not complete until they meet this love, right? And then at the end, when they find the love, everything's great. But at the end of the day, I will say this, Tracy. What's wrong with being like, like having a little fantasy? And so what if it makes us feel good, right? Like, so to me, I understand the criticism, but at the same time, I still like watching them. It still makes me feel good. How is that any different than a lot of people, or men in particular, who like watching movies where the guy shoots 20 people and always escapes death, always escapes getting shot, and they're such a superhero? That's not realistic, right? At all. And those tend to be geared towards men. I think they have their fantasies too. It's just superhero movies and all that kind of stuff. That's fantasy.
I will add to that also the guy that always gets the touchdown and it's the winning goal or the winning thing, and then everybody cheers. Yeah. And how many times does that happen in real life? But I'm also going to add my issue with all of this is that, and it was Eva, my daughter, that brought this up. My son was saying, ooh, well, the grade 7 girls, they all want the fresh white Air Force Ones, and then they go and scuff them up because that's how you wear them when you're a grade 7 girl. And he was sort of like dissing it. And my daughter was like, how unoriginal, Sydney. Anything a young woman does is apparently fodder for, like, it's not taken seriously. It's silly because young girls are doing it. And I thought, ooh, good perspective, Eva. Like, that's very true. So what if they want to get, right?
She's a smart cookie.
So what if they want to get a fresh white Air Force Ones and go scuff them up at the playground, and that's how they wear them? You wear them crisp and clean. Like, no one says anything to you about that. So when I look at this whole idea of...
It starts early, though.
It starts early. When I look at this whole idea of people dumping on romance, I put it under that category of what we do and what we like is always seen as silly. And a lot of the romance books that I have read have a lot of depth. They show black people falling in love. They show interracial relationships. They show disabled people falling in love. They show people with mental health issues falling in love. Like, these are bigger wider messages that I feel that the world needs to embrace. We need to understand that joy is for everyone. Everyone has the opportunity to be a part of joy and to experience life that way and to thrive. And so, yeah, I agree with you. So what if we want to live in a world where we feel like we can have a piece of joy? We should be able to do that, right?
And also injecting just a little bit of hope. Like, listen, I have not found my person, but I still have hope. I really do. I have hope it will happen.
And
so why not? If that makes people feel good, yes, I really do. So, it's, you know, I don't understand what's wrong with that. Like, I just feel like I'm glad Eva's catching on early, but it's so true. Like, right from when we were kids all the way till we're older, we are policed. Our thoughts are policed. We're constantly told we're being silly if we want to dream. Do you know what I mean? Or we want to have hope, or we want to be happy. So that's my issue with it.
Yeah, no, I feel you 100%. T, let's you and I go put on our fresh Air Force Ones and scuff them up at the playground and dream of the day when we'll be holding hands and tiptoeing through the tulips with the love of our lives. And I will be eating chocolates, and you will be eating what? What will you be doing in your dream?
We would be eating some form of chocolate as well. And you know me, a glass of ginger ale.